Grow money, we work hard, stack it up. I'm a young boss. Grow money, we work hard, stack it up. I'm a young boss.
Coldest, and I'm back with the flow. Give me a few seconds, I'ma teach you how to grow. Turn a few seeds to a pocket full of dough. Working on a farm is the real way to go. I got my fruits and veggies planted in the ground. I'm on a scene, Mr. John from a Brown. Whipping up a healthy snack is going down. They rolled us cause we got peas by the pound. I got my romaine lettuce with the berries. I got my cows working on a dairy. I got the snack coming up, no worries. Yo, we even got the chicken with the curry. 3 things about farming that I know. If you water it, it's sure to grow. All races are consumers that I know. Stay determined and you're bound to blow.
It's the pancake flipping, orange juice sipping, boss in the office with the chef in the kitchen. In my checkbook, trying to budget my expenses. Jack of all trades, so you know I'm never tripping. Yes, me, I'm smooth with it. Crack the egg in the pan and show you what to do with it. In the kitchen, I'm a fool with it. I make the omelet so good, it make you want to groove to it. Selling police is my first business. Got the curves doing numbers like a mathematician. Going global, that's the vision. Go to cup and break bread, that's the mission.
Grow money, we work hard, stack it up. I'm a young boss. Grow money, we work hard, stack it up. I'm a young boss.
Y'all know, and I say I'm sweet. Barbecue chicken is my favorite meat. Apples and oranges is a tasty treat. I got it on deck, so I sell it for cheap.
I got the package, Trayvon on the beat. You know how it is. I got the best week. Hot pockets full of money with some frozen section. I be cooking up knowledge like I'm in the kitchen, going aisle to aisle, shopping for a while. My flows take time, but it'll make you smile. We are some bosses, but y'all knew that. We don't take losses, and that's big facts.
Grow money, we work hard, stack it up. I'm a young boss. Grow money, we work hard, stack it up. I'm a young
I have
boss.
money in my bank, money in my pocket. All I know is how to save money, that's a topic. Money is food, and I'ma get some food. Some people might say that's lame, dude. But I'm eating food and getting paid, and I'm stacking up money every day, and that's money in the bank. But I'm eating food and getting paid, and I'm stacking up money every day, and that's money in the bank.
My name is Sam, and I laugh to the bank. Stack my money tall like Shaq in the paint. I'm a young boss, make good grades. Got my own merch line in the new J's. Blue 13s matching with my team 4. They say I'm so fly like Air Warren. Jets in, done with my best friends. Run it up with my best friends.
Grow money, we work hard, stack it up. I'm a young boss. Grow money, we work hard, stack it up. I'm a young boss.
B1AGers, welcome back to another episode of B1AG in this Daily Bread. I'm your boy John Henry Harris. We have Farmer Brown, the MC. I hope y'all enjoyed that video, Grow Money. Those kids that did that video was actually part of a program that me and Farmer Brown co-facilitated called Basics for Young Bosses. It's a great program that we used in the historic Lyric Theater in Lexington, Kentucky. They provided out the facility for us, and it was in partnership with the University of Kentucky Federal Credit Union. And basically, we taught the kids financial literacy. We also showed them the importance of agriculture, farming, eating healthy, and they did a cookbook. And along with doing the cookbook with them together, they also did a few songs advocating healthy eating and agriculture. And that was one of them called Grow Money. Today's topic is actually coming out of reaction to some things that happened this weekend. We all know the rapper Lil Nas X with the song Old Country Road. Now that song, it resonated very heavily with kids, and you know and the popularity of that song, really, the popularity of the song with the children is was really what propelled it to stardom. Now we look at Lil Nas X now over the weekend, and he dropped a video for a new song called Montero. and he actually slid on a stripper pole down to hell and gave the devil a lap dance. You know, it's definitely quite different imagery than when he came out talking about Old Town Road, you know, little country rap song. It was cute, but it didn't take him long for the image and what he's portraying to change. And that's really what we want to talk about today is the fact that, you know, what is feeding the minds of our children. Now, I know here at B1AG, we talk about agriculture, but we what even got me and Farmer Brown, the MC, on this path first was, you know, advocating for ways for our children to be productive and become productive citizens in this country and in their communities. So we're going to talking about this today. What is feeding the minds of our children? Because you know, definitely we consume our children, our culture consumes social media and popular culture the most. And there's scientific studies that show that this intake of social media and information, it affects the way our children see the world and the way they act and how they culturally define themselves. So we're gonna dive into this and Farmer Brown, what do you got to say to him?
First, I would just like to say peace to the B1AG family. These are interesting times. This is a very touching topic to me. So I have 2-year-olds right now. Right now, my son, he go, Farmer Brown, you know, because when he sees green and gold, he ties that to Farmer Brown. That's what he's seen since they've been infants. You know, I have my work shirts on. But this weekend, I was very perturbed by what I saw. When we think about the concept of algorithms, and this is why we want to tell people to like and share, you know, when we're having these B1AG conversations, because algorithms is what's going to determine what's going across these screens. So right now, my 2-year-olds know how to navigate an iPad and an iPhone, meaning once they're scrolling through whatever popular algorithm is hitting, that's what they're going to see. And the image I saw this weekend, I don't know that man, Lil Nas X. I don't know the science and everything going on behind the scenes, but I was very perturbed as a parent. I was very perturbed as a Black male who understands the value of creating healthy Black families and healthy Black communities. And the demonization of just the Black image in general is very disturbing. Here at B1AG, you know, we do like to touch on what are the real things going on in our society, and even more important, what are some solutions. And so immediately before we get into this conversation is really pointing out, we know statistically speaking that our children consume media 4.5 times more than every other group, you know, around the world. What this means is we really have to take control of the narratives. I don't know if you remember back when Old Town Road hit, they had Lil Nas X going to different schools presenting to the students. The students were turned up. And initially, before, you know, who could have predicted that it would turn into this? I thought, you know, as an extension agent, I thought as somebody in the agriculture, that this was a great opportunity to really insert the value, not only of Old Town Road being entertaining, seeing a Black male, you know, with the cowboy hat, talking about what we thought was, you know, somebody embracing the country lifestyle. Thought it was a great opportunity to have this conversation about really getting us back reconnected with the land. Fast forward to what we saw this last weekend, there was a very intentional, and I'm going to say nefarious effort to insert this man's image in a negative context to our children. And so instead of trying to attack somebody, I'll leave it to the viewers. Now, do you want your children going down the Old Town Road, or do you want your children going down a path of production and creation of agricultural goods, things that keep people healthy? Here at B1AG, we promote life. This isn't about disparaging any other group more so than just uplifting the B1 family. And so regretfully, I look forward to having this conversation and seeing what we can do as a community to counter this negative energy that's going about.
I'm not gonna, show a lot of these negative images that were a part of that Lil Nas X's new video. But I do want y'all to see just to get a better picture of where we're coming from. Um, Now this is Lil Nas X when he first came out, and I just want y'all to just to look at the children's reaction.
And what you see here, this is during the time when Old Town Road first hit. I think this is one of the first rap songs that hit 1 billion views. I actually got my start going into classrooms April 16th, 2016, presenting Farmer Brown. My whole Farmer Brown MC research was based around, is it possible to use hip hop to teach agriculture to 3rd through 5th graders? I remember the first time I showed up at my alma mater, Northern Elementary in Lexington, Kentucky. The kids were turned up. This cool guy coming in with overalls, no dress, talking about farming, and kids were engaged. They had, at that moment in time, they had no context of what agriculture is. They knew farmer in the Dale. And so my very intentional intent was to, how can I present agriculture to you in such a way where you don't evoke these thoughts of slavery, where you don't see agriculture as something that somebody else does. This is the same science as Bill Cosby and Fat Albert and the Gang. This is the same concept of Sesame Street. We think about Sesame Street with Billy Porter, for example. There is a very intentional effort to skew, and particularly since we're on Boss Sports, the black male's presence in society. And so once again, if you can pull this up with Lil Nas X, for you to see the children's reactions. And so, it's one thing as adults, we have our opinions about the world around us, people's lifestyles. But I do take it very personal when we're implementing things that are going to affect these children. Once again, when we're talking about algorithms, when we talk about what innocent eyes happen to come across when they're scrolling through, some things are indelibly marked in our minds. Once you've seen them, once you've seen a male, computer generated, obviously, sliding down a pole to hell, giving the devil a lap dance, snapping the devil's neck and then putting the horns on, that says a lot to a child that doesn't have a concept of what life is. And, not to get in my religious bag, but you almost can't avoid the spiritual implications of this imagery. Is this what 2050 looks like as the melanated family is projected to reach zero wealth? Is taking this approach going to increase our wealth, or is this going to further set us back? Let this resonate. When you think about the black male image that's already under attack, what does this say to a young 5-year-old that doesn't know about the world? What does this say specifically when we're talking about agriculture? Now, what looks cool? I also know he had a shoe coming out through Nike. They said it. Nike did say that, they didn't have anything to do with the production of the shoe, but he has a shoe called the Satans. Has a pentagram, all of these symbols. And you got to be honest, there is some ritualistic activity going on. So once again, when we're having this B1AG conversation, what positive rituals per se can we put as far as planting positive seeds in our children's minds? We want them to see agriculture as cool. We want the agriculture is obviously hard work. It's not a easy task. It's not something that, hey, I'm gonna go on a farm and I'm gonna just sit back and chill. No, it is work. But what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to work by the sweat of our brow. But once again, hard work never hurt anybody. When you think about the concept of a gym, you go to a gym, you want some form of resistance because that's what builds your muscle. Right now, the resistance is these negative images. Right now, the resistance is this negative media that our children are more than any other group in the world being bombarded with.
Now again, I showed you how when Lil Nas X first came out, you seen him rapping to the kid, you seen the explosive reaction. But then after you drew them in with Old Town Road, just look at this pic like this. I'm not going to show him giving the devil a lap dance, but just look at this imagery that he's pushing now. So it's very important, especially during these times. I mean, a lot of finally, the good thing is, society, at least kids are starting to go back to school. So, but as far as their leisure time, they spend a lot of time online. They spend a lot of time looking at images and YouTube, and a lot of times we're happy that they're just over there being quiet, but we're not really paying attention to what they are in consuming. The images that they're consuming. So here at B1AG, we suggest and would like to see our children being more involved in agriculture because, for one, it gets them outside. It gets them active, and then plus, it's just something that there's different knowledge that you receive and learn when you grow something. You learn how to nurture. You learn that delayed gratification. Just a scientific aspect of farming and growing. There's a lot of knowledge to be gained for our children learning how to grow. Outside of it, also just a survival skill. This is a survival skill. We as consumers, we've gotten too comfortable with throwing money at things that help keep us alive instead of actually doing it for ourselves for the sake of time and convenience. But we still need to have the knowledge of how to do things.
And just to point this out, I hate to cut you off, bro. This is out of Lil Nas X's mouth. This is what he tweeted. There was no system involved. I made the decision to create the music video. I'm an adult. I'm not going to spend my entire career trying to cater to your children. That's your job. This is what he said. There is a power in honesty, whether you're being honest for nefarious reasons or righteous reasons. He was very honest. So once again, as parents, as conscientious observers, specifically talking about agriculture, because the B1AG community understands everything starts with feeding yourself. If you can't feed yourself, then whatever goes on the next day, you're not going to be there to see. What are the images we are implanting in our children's minds? What are the conversations that because what I've learned about, observing my children, I can talk all day. They emulate what they see me and their mother do. If they see us getting contentious with one another, they become contentious with one another. When they see mom and I loving and hugging each other, they hug each other. When they see mom and I out in the garden, gardening, raking, doing the yard, these are the activities they engage in. It's hard. I'm trying to keep my emotions inside right now because this is very disturbing, y'all. But once again, we realize that, okay, media saw very fit to use these images to create a narrative. I'm not knowledgeable enough to know how deep this rabbit hole goes, but I will assume that there is a power in hip hop, which is something we've been continuously repeating on B1AG. We were just talking about Master P and the imagery he understood. He had the kids doing the hootie hoo videos with the cereal. That was positive imagery. That was equivalent to Toucan Sam, Captain Crunch, and Master P had brought these children together to promote an agricultural product from cereals that can be grown. When we think about locally, what can we do on a local level? And so obviously, you know, we're not on here saying that everybody should just jump into hip hop and start rapping to kids about farming. But there are some practical solutions that we as concerned community members can take to really counter this narrative. There's some things you can pray about. Uh, I was talking to somebody the other day. A lot of times we like to pray, and God, okay, I made a mess. Let me put this in your hands now. Well, guess what? We were most of us were endowed with hands. It comes a point that there's something we're going to have to do as a people, and I imagine it's going to be uncomfortable. There were millions of dollars put into this concept that we call Lil Nas X. Once again, I can't repeat enough that we're not here to disparage anybody. You know, I believe that the Black community is strong enough to where we can stand on our own. But the thing is we have to value something before we protect it.
And we definitely need to value and protect our kids. I would like to share with y'all, like I said, me and Farmer Brown's journey started with advocating agriculture for our children, giving them something to do, getting them out of the house, getting them outside, learning something new to them. But this is ancient knowledge. This is ancient knowledge. You know, this is things that knowledge that comes from the beginning of civilization, agriculture, growing something, feeding itself. So I would like to show y'all just an example of one of the videos we did in our program, Basics for Young Bosses, and the video is called In the Kitchen. But just to show you how we're using music and the arts to drive home the topic of agriculture and letting them know, yes, this is fun. We had a vegan chef, Chef Indigo, teaching the kids how to prepare healthy meals, and they also did a cookbook. But just one moment, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this video up for y'all, and it's called "In the Kitchen," performed by the kids from our Basics for Young Bosses program.
So we think about practical applications. Like we said, this isn't about trying to get everybody into hip hop, everybody to be performers, but very specific. So wherever you're at in North America, we see there's actually a lot of banks. I was reading an article today, just over the pandemic, there were like 31,000, no, 3,100 banks that actually shut down in some of the smaller areas. But where there are a lot of credit unions that have a certain amount of money that they have to put into community ventures and community programming. And so this particular program, so we did this, 2 years straight, $10,000. What the $10,000 did, we were able to get T-shirts. Once again, a lot of children, they want to be a part of something. This is also promoting teamwork. And so you can put this towards healthy food. And so what we did, we meet 3 times a week. This was an after-school program, healthy snacks. We were able to bring different community members in. And so within these community members, I know for people that are in the music, anywhere you go around America now, you have a lot of musicians, people with talent. Sometimes it's not about the individual being seen more so than taking your talent and showing a child how to use that talent. So basics for young bosses, it's one thing telling the kid, hey, this is important, versus, okay, you do your own research. I'll give you these keywords. I'll give you these key concepts. Now I want you to be able to create the media to express what it is that you know. And so this with Basics for Young Bosses, it would start in September. It would end in December. At the end of December, once again, this is pre-COVID, we had an opportunity where the children were able to take their work through their cookbook and their music and showcase it to the community. And so each time we had about 200 people come out from the community. The students were able to have their books. They had a book signing where they're actually signing their book. These books aren't just little kiddie books. These are books that are actually on Amazon. I would encourage anybody right now looking that may be interested in unique youth programming opportunities to look up Amazon KDP. I don't think it costs more than $25 to set up an account, because we really want to get these children in the mindset of production over consumption. We're not going to become the bosses. We're not going to become the masters of our destiny by being perpetual consumers. And so it's important that we teach these students early with these basic talents that they're already endowed with. What are the different products that can be created? This isn't something that only happens in one location. This is the same model when we think about the concept of viral. We want the concept of producing to go viral with our students. We know, once again, that our students are engaged in media more. So why not create, a groundswell of these students who are expressing their natural talents, create databases, create central websites where students can upload their work, and for the community to give them recognition. There's nothing like people, random people from your community just saying, hey, man, I saw y'all on this video. This was cool. Hey, I got your books. I know some of the students, actually, their schools bought like lots of books from them. And so real quick, itemizing what was within this $10,000 budget. And let me also say, it doesn't take $10,000 to do it. This is just what we happen to have at that time to work with. You're able to print books. And so when the children left this program, each of them had 10 books of their own that they were able to sell. We encouraged them to go high. You could sell them as low as $10, make a little bit of profit. Some of these children were selling them for $20 and $40. They're understanding the concept of value. Like I said, they're signing it. Their schools were buying books. When you're dealing with something like Amazon KDP, this is a print on demand. Also, they have music. We saw the video of this guy that we just showed, whispering Satan's ear. Once again, let's counter this narrative by having our children produce positive music. It doesn't have to be corny, right? We understand hip hop in the beginning. It was the black CNN. Because we weren't able to get on VH1, MTV, we had to be creative within our own communities. And so this is how hip hop became what it is. This is how we ended up getting the masterpiece. This is how we got the Cash Moneys, the Wu-Tangs, because we had no choice. Fortunately, but unfortunately, we're coming into a space and time where we see that popular mainstream media definitely has an objective of casting our community in this beggar, putting us in this beggar's mindset of, hey, can you come down and help me be better? We can't waste any more time, people. We see what it is. Also within this $10,000, So we're able to bring in different members of the community, whether it's musicians, whether it's your engineers that know how to record music, whether it's your farmers. Once again, here at B1AG, this is about uplifting Black farmers. The whole concept of making Black agriculture a popular thing. Black agriculture shouldn't be just the headline that you scroll through on your social media outlet. This has to be one of the biggest pieces of us building the wealth that we talk about building for the future. Because once again, if we can't feed ourselves, then nothing else matters. When we talk about this Black farmer hearing that we heard last week, we see a lot of trick bags coming. Unfortunately, a lot of our community, and this is just through observation, a lot of our community thought there was a huge win and went on to the next subject. And ironically, this same week that this hearing happened is when this atrocious video that we showed you happened. So once again, there is a battle for our minds. The mind is a powerful tool. It's one thing they say about older people, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. My thing is, let's teach these kids something to where they don't have to go with the old tricks that didn't work for us. Teach them to be producers. Teach them to understand their value in creating what the world sees as valuable. This is within each of the communities. A few success stories from Basics for Young Bosses. If you want to roll back, one of those students, Demarius and Delia, their mother, because of this program, we knew our goal was to teach the students about agriculture, teach them how to produce products. But there were parents, there were adults that would come and sit in. And so these became much more than just, an after school program. These became communal experiences where not only the students were learning, but the parents were as well. So there have been at least 3 food-based businesses that were developed because of programming like this. It's not to say that, oh my God, because these guys came and did this great thing, now we understand better. No, it's understanding that each of us are a small pixel in a huge, bigger picture of what community building looks like. We're not going to do Black business in a white space, y'all. We're not going to build Black wealth with white money. This has to start with we are the business. What do they say? We're the money. We're the money. And so once again, we have to seize upon all of these strengths that we do have. We know that we drive culture. We're not at a lack of creativity. And so whenever we can pool our money together, pool our resources together to uplift these students, reward these students for trying. It's one thing putting something on paper, getting a grade for it versus, hey, create something that you can sell. Our goal with Basics for Young Bosses, and another thing with the community, with the credit union, all of these students got $50 put in the bank and got a bank account started. Once again, we were teaching financial literacy, agriculture, food security, connecting them with local chefs, connecting them with local farmers, connecting them with Black businesses. These are all feasible things because neither John or myself are, just these rich people that got all this money to throw around. But it started with this basic concept of how do we plant a seed of production in these youth. Had I known that something like this Lil Nas X effect would have happened, there's a lot more time and effort we would have put into this programming, because this war of the mind is very real. This is a conversation we didn't need to start yesterday. We needed to start this conversation 10 years ago, because this opaque layer that some people will call white supremacy, they don't think five months ahead. They don't think a couple weeks ahead. They think decades out. And so when we're thinking about compensatory logic, you're not going to contend with something that's thought 10 years out if we're thinking week to week. Oh, I just need to survive. Oh, I just want to look good. You give me a butter biscuit or two and I'll keep my mouth shut. We can't do that anymore, y'all. It's on. Once your eyes have seen something, you now become accountable. So our whole thing here at B1AG is, what are we going to do once we see what is going on? These are very practical solutions. Youth programming is very key to replacing this dying out age of Black farmers. Right now, we know in North America, the average farmer is 65 years old. Most of the farmers I work with, in my professional job, they wish they could find some young people to talk to. How nice would it be if you're in a Memphis, if you're in a Jackson, Mississippi, if you're in Florida, if you're in Tennessee, if you're in South Carolina, North Carolina, Texas, that you're actually connecting these students with real Black farmers to see the actual work that they do. Because, like I said, I know somebody had spoken to us a while ago, like, man, y'all make farming look fun. This isn't what my grandfather's farm looked like. Yes. And so the earlier you get these children understanding what it means to work, what it means to grow, that's when their minds start figuring out, hey, I don't like that I'm having to be out in this field sweating like I am. So this is where innovation comes about. This is when their minds start creating these machines to do this work. Because this is how the slaves got replaced. It wasn't because suddenly white America decided, you know what, we're beating these black people down. It was because, hey, we found machines. You know, this cotton gin that one of these slaves out here in the field came up with, hey, we can get rid of some of these slaves now because we have a machine that'll do this work. Once again, compensatory logic, we have to, everything that we see as a problem, we have to compensate it with a solution. These solutions already exist. The beauty of B1AG, peace to Dr. Boyce Watkins, people like Dr. Claude Anderson and Powernomics. You know, so he was talking about this speed rail going across the country. Guess what? When you have this speed rail going across the country, are we creating the networks to where, okay, black producers are able to transport their goods on this speed rail? These are all things that we can do. You know, I don't like to sit at a place talking about, oh, well, we can't do this because, oh, they might take this down. No, we are in our finest hour, y'all. And I tend to think, John Henry and I were talking before this, you know, after LeBron goes and wins a championship, after he's got his ring, after he's got his trophy, he's not going to go back and play the team he beat. If I beat you, then I won. I got the trophy. So what I feel like, no, what I know is we haven't been beat. There is a very intentional reason why millions and billions of dollars are being spent on trying to demean the image of black people, the B1AG family. It is because we haven't been beat. And the way we keep into this, the way we fight this fight is production. The way we fight this fight is prioritizing positive imagery of us being productive, positive imagery of us being able to work together. You know, we can tell these kids all day, hey, man, you know, you just got to work together. You know, you got to learn to look past your differences. They can hear those words, but what does that look like within the community? So once again, when we talk about basics for young bosses and just some basic concepts of how we can counter this narrative of cultivating the next generation of producers, they have to see us working together, y'all. They have to see us able to look past our differences. Hey, man, you say Hotep, I say what's up. Hey, man, you say Allah, I say God. We got to get over that, man, because at the end of the day, we all have to eat. That's the benefit. That's the benefit, is that there's one silent common need that we all have, is to eat. We understand that black farmers right now represent less than 1.4% of farmers now. And so here lies a very tangible goal to attain. I saw the brother put this up earlier on the screen. We want to reach 250,000 third through fifth grader melanated students in this country. We want them to specifically learn agriculture in a positive light. We want them to understand the concept of production. We want them to understand the concept of agriculture is more than plows and cows. We want them to understand that, hey, you are the money. You are the money. Let us not waste another day asking somebody to prioritize our community over their own.
And I know the benefit for our children is tremendous. We have plenty of pictures. I wish I'd brought up some of the pictures from the programs that we did, because their confidence grew. Just their overall outlook on life changed. They were happy with. They learned how to cooperate. They learned the concepts that will carry them throughout their life. But we have to make a conscious effort to teach our children these things, and not just necessarily, man, go sit down over there and play a video game. Go watch YouTube and be quiet. You know what I'm saying? We got to give them something constructive and productive to do. And there are very simple things that we can teach our kids, such as gardening, that will carry them throughout their lifetime. There are things that they will learn out there digging in that dirt that will carry them throughout their lifetime. Because please believe, there are enough counter evil, destructive messages that our kids are being bombarded with every day, every second. every second of the day. You know, we need, and it's up to us whether to what kind of seeds we are going to plant in our children. And the seeds that we plant in our children, these are the most precious seeds that we can plant, you know, period. We talk about food, but you know, this food can be it can be a metaphor for a lot of different things. You know, you can feed your mind, soul, your body. And when we're talking about with agriculture, you can actually feed all three at the same time, your mind, soul, and your body, with agriculture. And that's the main point I know I would like to see the B1 family get from this message and the discussions that we bring forth to you every day with this daily bread, that we got to feed our mind, body, and our souls, you know, if we want to grow. And you know what I'm saying?
And also, real quick, I hate to keep cutting you off, bro. Right
Yeah.
now, I want the B1 family. Lowe's, I know you know Lowe's hardware store is giving away free garden kits the whole month of April. Lowe's, wherever you're at in North America, is giving away free gardening kits the whole month of April. You got to go to the store and pick them up. And so anybody out here who's interested in doing some sort of gardening programming over the course of the spring and the summer, you know, take advantage of these opportunities. I also encourage you, if you're in an area where there's an 1890s land grant institution, troll, call them up. Hey, I need your extension publications. I need all of your gardening publications. I'm in this planting zone. I need that planting zone. Make use of these resources, people. Because once again, these factions that we discuss here, they bank on us not taking advantage of the resources available. And then say, for example, with Lowe's, okay, after April's gone, well, I mean, I made this available, none of them asked. In cooperative extension, well, hey, we have all of this scientific-based information, but nobody asked. We have to take advantage of the resources that are available. Nobody's necessarily throwing dollars around, which are losing value daily. But when it comes to these tangible assets, these tangible resources and information, take advantage of it. Because I would hate for the day to come where suddenly, you know, these resources don't exist. And all we're left to do is be like, oh, I wish I would have. That's a horrible way to look at the world. Like, I wish I would have. Take advantage of these opportunities, people. We really have to fight for the minds of our students, or I'll say our children. Because, you know, some of the best lessons you're going to learn is just reality.
I hope y'all can see that. Lowe's to offer free gardens to go kits every Thursday beginning April 8th. Hey, tell somebody, tell somebody, tell somebody to tell somebody. Y'all share this information. If you want to give your kids something positive to do, something to keep them busy, something where they're going to learn something, hey, go get them a garden to go kit. This is a perfect way to get started. Get them a garden to go kit. This is also something that gardening brings people together. This is something you can do with your kids. It's something your grandparents can participate in. You know, as far as bridging generational gaps, gardening and growing something is a perfect way to do this. You know, because our grandparents they have this knowledge too. They have this knowledge of growing things. They have they have the knowledge of how to can and how to store food and all the good recipes that we love to, you know, we love to devour. I know I wish I could have some more of my grandmother's cooking. I wish I could. I miss that. I wish I could have that. You know, but I may not be able to have my grandparents cooking, but what I learned from them, it still flows through me. And that's the way our people have always taught each other. You know, it's not necessarily always been through books, but through activities, stories, and songs. You know, this is how we continue and pass on our knowledge to the next generation. So, Farmer Brian, you got anything, any last words you want to give the people, bro?
Reach out to your local credit unions. Be like, hey, I know y'all got some funds for community development. Inquire. You know, closed mouths don't get fed. Reach out to your cooperative extension offices. Hey, y'all got some information there that I need. If you're farmers and producers, hey, y'all got some equipment there that I need. Y'all are getting money because y'all are supposed to be helping us. Take advantage of the help that's available. Also, I will tell you, there's a lot, especially the last farm bill that was actually introduced during Donald Trump's presidency. There's a lot more resources going into ag education, urban ag in particular, when we're talking about your gardening and things of that nature. Take advantage of these resources, people. It's not too often that, somebody's just going to offer something for free. Once again, we need to develop these pools just in case the government or people like Lowe's aren't giving these resources. We need to make sure that every year we're having more thousands of our students across this country that are learning the skills of food production. Because once again, I would hate to get to a point where these resources don't exist no more and we didn't learn it. We can't afford to lose any more Black farms. We just can't afford it. We understand that black people are losing 30,000 acres a year. Some of this is nefarious reasons. Some of it is just because people don't know what to do with this land. We need to start this yesterday, y'all. The opportunities are here. We are in our finest hour. There's never been a time in history where we've had as many resources, as many social influencers as you can scroll through any website and see. We need to bring these things together and show our students show our youth what it looks like to work together, what it looks like when the people have identified a problem and identified each of our strengths and whether we come together like Voltron, like the Transformers, because there's something else trying to transform us into something else that we might not like and not going to produce life. So let's transform into this ultimate Black farm bot.
There it is. And understand the power that we have. The biggest strength that we really have is in our youth, because they're the ones that are going to propel us into the future. So let's make that investment. Let's plant those seeds into them. Let's plant those positive seeds into them. Let's give them the superpowers that allowed our ancestors to make it through their lives and their situations and help them to overcome. We got to make sure that our children are equipped to overcome as well. Now, I really want to close out the show showing the people the Grow Money video, man. Just because the seeds we're planting in our children is helping their mind expand, which is definitely growing money. We gotta plant positive things into our children to reap a bountiful harvest. And like I said, we are the money, and our children are definitely the Bitcoin. So
Business.
yes, they are the business. So Farmer Brown, if they really want to know something, what do they need to do?
I believe the children are our future. Learn how to grow something.
Yeah, we're gonna close out this show, man. We're gonna let y'all check out Grow Money by the Basics for Young Bosses in Lexington, Kentucky. Yeah, we miss y'all. We think about y'all daily, and we're following and tracking your success too. So check it out. Young Bosses, Basics for Young Bosses, Grow Money.
Grow money. We work hard. Stack it up. I'm a young boss. Grow money. We work hard. Stack it up. I'm a young
It's
boss.
coldest, and I'm back with the flow. Give me a few seconds, I'ma teach you how to grow. Turn a few seeds to a pocket full of dough. Working on a farm is a real way to go. I got my fruits and veggies planted in the ground. I'm on a senior Mr. John from a Brown. Whooping up a healthy snack is going down. They rolled us cause we got peas by the pound. I got my romaine lettuce with the berries. I got my cows working on a dairy. I got the snack coming up, no worries. Yo, we even got the chicken with the curry. 3 things about farming that I know. If you water it, it's sure to grow. All races are consumers that I know. Stay determined and you're bound to blow.
It's the pancake flipping, orange juice sipping, boss in the office with the chef in the kitchen. In my checkbook, trying to budget my expenses. Jack of all trades, so you know I'm never tripping. Yeah, it's me, I'm smooth with it. Crack the egg in the pan, I'll show you what to do with it. In the kitchen, I'm a fool with it. I make the omelet so good, it make you wanna groove to it. Selling police is my first business. Got the curves doing numbers like a mathematician. Going global, that's the vision. Go to corporate break bread, that's the mission.
Grow money, we work hard, stack it up. I'm a young boss. Grow money, we work hard, stack it up. I'm a young boss.
Y'all know, and I say I'm fleek. Barbecue chicken is my favorite meat. Apples and oranges is a tasty treat. I got it on deck, so I sell it for cheap.
I got the package, Trayvon on the beat. You know how it is. I got the best week. Hot pockets full of money with some frozen section. I be cooking up knowledge like I'm in the kitchen, going aisle to aisle, shopping for a while. My flows take time, but it'll make you smile. We are some bosses, but y'all knew that. We don't take losses, and that's big facts.
Grow money, we work hard, stack it up. I'm a young boss. Grow money, we work hard, stack it up. I'm a young
I have
boss.
money in my bank, money in my pocket. All I know is how to save money, that's a topic. Money is food, and I'ma get some food. Some people might say that's lame, dude. But I'm eating food and getting paid, and I'm stacking up money every day, and that's money in the bank. But I'm eating food and getting paid, and I'm stacking up money every day, and that's money in the
My
bank.
name is Sam and I laugh to the bank. Stack my money tall like Shaq in the paint. I'm a young boss, make good grades. Got my own merch line in the new J's. Blue 13s matching with my team 4. They say I'm so fly like Air Warren. Jets in, done with my best friends. Run it up with my best friends.
Grow money, we work hard, stack it up. I'm a young boss. Grow money, we work hard, stack it up. I'm a young boss.
I hope y'all enjoyed that. B1AGers. See y'all on the next episode. Daily Bread. Glad y'all were here today. I hope y'all pour into these kids, man. Pour into our children. Pour into our children. Let's make sure that we really pour into our children. Could you hear that, Brown? Lord. Well, y'all take it easy. B1AG, we're out.